Greetings and salutations to my GH fans slash General Hospital fans. Alright, so going into this episode, again, sort of like yesterday, a lot didn't happen, but a couple of interesting things happened. I'm loving Cyrus Renault, I think that's his name, Cyrus. So we pretty much start off this scene where Cyrus is touring around with Jordan, practically Smith is saying, hey, listen, I have your son, without actually saying, I have your son. Of course, we already knew that, but we got to see TJ look pretty banged up. And, you know, Jordan Smith, they're trying to act all tough and everything like that. First of all, here's the thing. I'm going to say flat out, I'm not a fan of the actress. With that being said, you know, Jordan comes in there trying to act tough, like she's, you know, holding all the cards and everything like that. And towards the end, she just stands there looking stupid. And I'm sitting there thinking, well, I guess you're not so tough now, are you? So, just gonna wait and see how this whole thing plays out. He's probably gonna ask for a list of demands, and she's gonna give in and whatnot. So it should be pretty interesting. I don't know. I don't know, with her, it's like she tries to act more tougher than she really is, and it just kind of comes across like, yeah, okay, sure. But Cyrus is pretty good. It's so sad because it's like Cyrus made up for her lack of acting and just like her whole pizzazz of trying to act like she's a tough commissioner in general. Cyrus made up for it. So, yeah, that was pretty interesting. Let's see. You had the bromance of Chase and Michael. But that was pretty cool. You know, it's actually pretty interesting because you don't really get to see that much. In like soap operas and certain shows and stuff like that. Like, you know, just a good, you know, guy friendship. So that was pretty interesting. And of course you had Sasha and you had Kate, Willow, arguing pretty much with Nell. She threw a drink at her because Nell, of course, said something pretty terrible. I'm not even gonna sit there and repeat. You know what? Fuck it, I will. She practically was sitting there mocking the fact that you know, her baby died. I'm like, wow, it's pretty low, you know. I mean, granted, you know, Tay could sit there and say some shit about her, but her child is still alive. It's like, wow, I guess there's just really no level that you know, there's no low that you won't go. And let's see, you had kind of looking through my notes a little bit just to make sure I didn't miss anything. So in the beginning, you had Stella that was talking to Curtis, and pretty much what's going on with Curtis is that he's having that whole survival remorse. And pretty much, you know, Stella was like, listen, you did everything you can. She's a teenager. She'll, you know, she's just looking for somebody to blame. Which I know. It's just annoying seeing that. You know, it's annoying seeing Trina talk to Curtis like that. And especially their age difference. Because I'm just like, little girl, stay in a little girl's lane. You know, stay in a child's lane. I get it, you know. But I just felt like at some point somebody should have jumped in and said something, you know, instead of just letting Trina just go off on, you know, Curtis like that. But whatever. So she's just sitting there, you know, Stella just sitting there, just being an aunt, being nice, being kind. You know what's really sad? Is that you go back nearly 6 months, close to a year. Basically, when she first started, when Stella first started, she was... I never want to see a character go so fast in my life than when I saw Stella. She was the absolute fucking worst. And, you know, now she's great, but I don't know. I feel like the damage is done. I mean, at this point, I feel like people can move past that, but I'll be honest, I don't know how long she's going to stay on that show. I mean, she's more of a special guest and, like, somebody that's week to week. But I guess in reality, she doesn't really have that much of a story. I mean, if she wasn't really helping Mike, what was she really doing? If she wasn't helping Mike, and she's not at Jordan's throat, then what is she really doing here? So, okay, moving on. You had Britt and you had oh my god, I lost. Not Focus. Oh, Brad. I lost his name for a minute. So you have Brad and Britt talking and stuff like that, just catching up, and Britt was Snitcher talking about how shy she was because she was going for a while. She was going for a while. Brad pretty much had nobody. No one to sit there and confide in, no one to sit there and bounce ideas off of, no one to sit there and really kind of like help him out. So, I mean, he was kind of just like fending for himself. I mean, to be fair, he did put himself in that situation. But, they were just catching up and stuff like that. And, Britt was like, yo, why do you not just sell out Julian? You're already going to jail. You might as well just say fuck it, At least it'll buy him some time as far as Sonny taking care of Julian. But, he was just like, listen, my husband already lost his son. I'm not going to let him lose his father. So, honestly, tell you the truth, a lot of this stuff was just pretty much kind of fluff. I mean, yeah, you had Ned talking to I can't remember her fucking name now. One sec. I feel like such a dumbass. So Ned was not there talking to Brooklyn. I can't believe I actually forgot her name. Ned was talking to Brooklyn, just having some, father and daughter time. And honestly, tell you the truth, I think this was the problem with this episode, is that not really a lot happened. I mean, they had their moment or whatever where, she was there talking about how important family is because she visited Mike, and, that was kind of a, I don't want to sit there and say heartbreaking scene, because I've seen way more, like, teary-eyed kind of scenes and This Is Us. But it was a nice scene. It was just pretty much talking about family, how important family is, and whatever. Here's the thing. I feel like this is all padding. For Brooklyn. Because when she first came in, she acted like a bratty bitch. And she came at, Lulu about Dante's marriage and stuff like that. And to be completely honest, she had no ground to stand on. The fact of the matter was, Dante chose to leave her. And on top of that, she was the reason why they almost broke up in the first place, when she tried to have an affair with Dante. So to be honest, she really had no fucking leg to stand on. So between that and just her bratty ass attitude and her nature of it, it felt like these nice moments are like a way to sit there and say, well, she's not such a bad person. She has this side, she could be good and stuff like that. I felt like that was all padding. And I think that was kind of the problem with this episode a little bit. A lot of it was padding. The only thing that was actually kind of interesting was that we confirmed that TJ was being held captive by by Cyrus. And the next episode, rather she's if she's gonna sit there and tell Curtis not is anyone's fucking guess. Because that's kind of the problem with her, is that she keeps things to herself. She leaves Curtis in the dark, but then when Curtis does something like that, she's the first person to sit there and start snapping and getting a bitchy attitude. So, that was pretty much the only thing that was important about this episode. I'm going to keep this review kind of short because, again, not a lot happened. So there's not really much to say. Everything was very padding, The only thing that was interesting besides that was that, Willow threw a drink at Nell. And that was pretty much about it. Oh, and I think they're considering marriage between Sasha and Michael. I feel like they're doing it for Wiley's sake, but then they're also doing it like because they love each other and stuff like that. So we'll just see how this plays out. I feel like it's going to start picking up steam soon, but there's a lot of padding that's going on. Like next episode, it seems like it's going to be much more interesting than this episode. So if you're a person that kind of skips around and stuff like that, and only watches a couple episodes just to kind of see what's going on, I can pretty much tell you this is a skippable episode. Yeah, pretty much skippable episode. I'll actually tell you the truth, the last couple of episodes have been pretty skippable. So, except for the whole Molly and TJ thing, I think that was pretty interesting because clearly after 8 years, they are worlds apart in what they want. But, yeah, not really a great episode. Definitely not worth watching. You can skip it. You can probably watch the next episode, tomorrow's episode. So if you're watching this tomorrow, then definitely watch Friday's episode, and it'll be better. Anyway, thank you for watching this review, this recap. Let me know in the comment section what your favorite part of the episode was. What's your favorite part? What's your favorite episode of the week was? Give it a thumbs up. Give it a like. It definitely does help. And thank you for the new subscriber that I got. It is helping the channel. So when I would sit there and say, when a lot of other like YouTubers sit there and say like and subscribe, it helps out the channel and stuff like that. But definitely give it a like. Definitely give it a like. And yeah, subscribe because it does actually spread out the channel. I want to keep doing these reviews, especially if people like them. And yeah, till next time.